Shannon Suma me say healthy life omo ena ede happy delight abadwaso ena afi kina farm for so ede APC aba say makuo mienu adawroma enche bia na ye bo enkomo a efa mada Ghana eno ho nkomo ene ye bebo anopa yi. Chaze
Kana.
That is saying.
We be able to was it by
Ode kawasem.
Na on air to me bombs are.
Oh za make an wachi some money.
Me landi bu.
Sa oh kafra. Are make an wachi some money oh.
Me gas we can chance of money.
Na the bomb ben am to.
Chance zero there can be zero.
Oh sa. Oh and facha me facha.
Oh that it's okay normal.
Facha me say me can wachi some money there facha.
Oh that be say you we money. Man you Bolivian.
And them can when you must money afache me.
Ya boni sa.
Jolly. Now that's saying we can not saying.
Data seminar. Nti ka test we na misu. Intimin to data ntino. Na test.
But Charlie agro data board you.
Na ntina nya dia metimi aka no. Ba wa push me there. We can nti ma nya data ntina man test.
So. Peter na no ama ngofo na auto data ma no to be a chance. Also the boy dey. But many are good to see you.
Thank you.
Doc.
Yes sir.
Doc Mache.
Many are just
Now what to say?
Yo ada Roma bibia iboko.
The radiasi. Ti common wo common na ne say. Yenya fa hodie mfia duosia nwotwe ti yebetimi de yense ye boa kan se edi ya hoso osikase mu ana de toso ne se mampani se na no Dr. Baomia bisa ne se onkyira de ba akwa waya anti amasidi na gina o se onya ehwe kra na o de akani papa aba eno kan obi amasidi na gina galamse kono o se na fom nanso yempa aba yeguso sansemi ene yebedi ehun komo ene anopai dog sika sem de ma memfa emfiri wo ho because yeah wa nyina yebeti o sika sem de yebeti Dr. George Domfe na ya o mampanisi akanie papa ena amasidi no agina ena afei 68 years of independence yebeti mi aka se yesika sem yen yankasa ehye yenzemu ana sansemi na mpese metie wa dwenkyere.
Yo, mini amami na wasina me na Peace FM asiso akwanya modema me adwada se me so me nya akwanya me kire madwene mfa Ghana ho ansa na me yiwa no me sra ma me kwai na me chia Mr. Kusiabra Mr. Kusiabra presec bichim as a presec that's the third Presbyterian Secondary School after ye omote krobo dumasi de na e ba legon be legon presec no the next presec as I press before became presec and next year na 60 years na your old students association no your former president udi akotene pa Mr. Kusi Abra na one ne yire so na ne yire so ye o student unfortunately break a create twa mu na nyame to no nsa frɛ no yere no nti we can see all students of Presbyterian Secondary School became presec ye nyina ye bomu your echo Bokrum estate Fland ya ye wokumase echo boa Mr. Abraham osisi ne yere mama test akiri esese nyame mfa mama test ento baby papa na Mr. Abraham ne busuan nyina menyam akwanya we so ehye wonde say nyankopon grace no enko so nye sufficient to them. Thank you very much my brother. Nti menya ne sa ne na ma memra o main question no say oman sika sem no ekura ya na sa question we woka say wo ka efa bi no beka say you efa bi so beka say no ya bera chama kwa me nkroma ebo omodi na odi Ghana anim konkoden ma ye be ye politically independent ya na asechire ni say afe ye na ye decide nipa obeye ye mampanyini no yenya sa atumi na afe nye abrochire hima na okire de omra me ye mampanyini no yenya sa atumi no sa temdo ni beka say na we had all that it needed to become economically independent as well. The Kwame Nkrumah no all pay independence no where ni say the political ne say among yourself say ye be di ho so na yetimi a kire de ye pese woni ye so no eno de wotimi ye na wode nema bebrebe toto akwa ma na nka sa ne manema no so no na nka ye say eboa manka brebi no ni hihye mu no na nka Ghana be ye economically independent eno ho nkomo na no pay ye di say ye ka say economically independent na che say oma no sabi mpreduasa wo hyebia wo tibia ene wo hyebre enhye obi nsa enye obi na kire se didi na wadidi enye obi na kire se yesi na waye. Unfortunately Ghana yentimi enkasa sentini say freeze Kwame Nkrumah eja hoko ye abaya ko abaya ba enso ye gina de gina ene oman nam say economy no enkuta yenti no ye nkoda abeko school obi betena ekwa ho watoto kokwa de ahwe ne ba ema ne ba na timi awie university bi wawie university anka bi anka obeya adwuma na de ahwe ne maame no na anka bia wayi na free ekwa ho no still na oda efie na ne maame ne na ekotone kokko de akohwe ne senti ni say economy no aye jobless economy entimi create economy no eni ahode etimi create jobs enti tambia youth no omusi apene obekọ ekurase na youth no omabochenku beba krum omabochenku omuni bibiye de wawie university etifie de wanko bisuso etifie na ene de abetom no hwe the past 20 years or so ade e be ye popular pa ne say ye betena fa akoni awudie ene ebetu ehofo se de ye hwe bible ma ame akwatafo na omo hwe ya hu se ye tena ha yewu ye koso abi atamfo no bekun ene ye bekọ ama atamfo no kun ya omukọ ya nyame na ma omo so ema atamfo no ti omo na ase dede no omo gi ibum no eti saa na youth no bi aye obetena kro yi mu awudie ana say kombede no na onya adwuma nye de obefa desert so ebi fa ekoduru ebi so fa bebrebe na ye nte omo nka bio mia madamfo Nkrumah Peter yenim se otiase a Dema Eban Council meneno na preface we defense ne me defense middle school ye middle school 3rd August 1987 ye nyina ye secondary school ye wie no asema meken ya adwuma sam nti no de ani bira kan se ene obefa desert so okoy so wakoduru na ye ntene nka se ekobe mfie aduonini Nkrumah Peter ya ntene nka bio ye woni pa bebrebe wu sase me wo kase wu biela na obia be frɛ a kyerɛ sɛ me nipa bi ka sɛ o tu kwaya fathers de so akwa amanone ya ntene nka bio dodo na akwa ye nti o monka ya asema ya rehuye na ho kakra no kyerɛ sɛ sɛ emfie makomako aduosia nwotwe 68 years na ye ntimi nya nhyehyɛ papa mfa niema nto kwa mu a sabi mpraduasa betimi ama ye nkrofo a omu timamufo adiye wo akwai wo befa so anya adwuma aye ama omu so sabe omu nsresre say ye oman bi a wontimi nya saa no oman bi a unemployment a serious problem especially for your youth no unye I mean your economy no yes enyina wonsem enkuta che se ejina manfo nsem wo manfo ana wo youth no be adwuma giso makofa desert so ana wo makọ abrochire menua yeta akọ amanone pa sa wo betena Ghana ha pa de ne wo but sometimes wo kona ko hu ye nkrofo bi adwuma a wo ya na ahomete pa na nsem ko di pa kakra na university bi ya se so beduru ho no na yesi obi ye cleaner so wonye African na oye Asian ya omo na ye cleaning omo pepa ho pra ho mo ne ade say ya na ya reho sempa na we say de anka omo Ghana say de nyame ahira ya maya asase kama ensuo to kama oto banchi dua kura to abonte na etimi bo oma nyame ahira ya koko niema koko timi ye ewo wiase enya asem keto ya amansen dwa so no yesi koko ni chain value no the value chain no I should say the value chain of cocoa is worth over $115 billion. Yeah, Ghana cocoa yete back mako na bia ba ko free Ghana on average. So na sanji say we nyina chi no cocoa ni ewia na asesa cocoa ni nyina boom ne dia koma Switzerland, Belgium, Holland. No mu na dua no mu de ye omu mayi. Company bi factory bi wo Belgium wo ya chocolate na no atwero ho Ghana because Ghana na cocoa ni ye quality pa. It is obi wo Japan na oye o manufacture chocolate no pese ye nto a gise o de Ghana na ba ho uko Holland gise wa twero Ghana na ba ho nti amanfo de the name Ghana the brand Ghana and edidi ye omuma yi ne ye de cocoa no de enima ne say ye wie yakoton so obeti say ye bo sa na amansen dwa so cocoa price now the friend no commodity price for cocoa no raw no na ekosoro eno kra omotum omatum say oh na the yare who say factories akese wa amanone a chocolate ni nyina no obekọ ho no obekọ se abia no na omu pagya ahihye loading and offloading obekọ na ni patuntum yakodake omrofo na befa ukoko no ana omude yi omuman ehu adwuma boni bia no ye ne ana ye na ye we nyina no munye sika no mutua kakra ma omaba no so sakasika no di sika na mai oma $1 na or the interest rate kakra kesi unti aba obi obeba no na akoje sa $1 no no yi kwai no create message for the communicators ne betra Peace FM Adum FM Omana FM no mu tem ye ne ye kwa we ye ne ye we na obi anim sa akwa no kekese a edaso sometimes busia ne bi wo politicians ne kokoje mebusa se enso ne nkoma nkoje kra me kwa na ayedai omukwa akoje kakra ka cheze so kwaje 1 cedi ye betua be wie no ne yetua 10 cedis enti tem bia say I'm slavery no and I say colonial rule no me nti asemu no me nya sure se ko eda wo ho na aye bibi hwe petrol aye tuwe na say ye hu petrol ye say ye wo ahoden ye betimi tu over 200 about 213 or so barrels of I mean petrol no every day ye wa ahoden na say me check ye no
barrels of crude
crude no na say me check ye no na nyame ada roma yentimi entu so yentu kra no one day ni yetimi tu about 173 I mean barrels ni awie sa ankra bebrebe nyina ye wie a ne asesa de agu ship na ye de kwama no say last week me kan sa me hu hia me pante na me sa aka no na ye wie we nyina wie ne ye sa kwama no ne akwa akoto de ya sone so ne ye de agu ship de aba ama ye wiso enti ma yakwa abontra ye koto petrol no bo no ship na de ba ye ni nyina no eka ho enti akwa se ye hyebre ye bobre eni ye bibia no ye still la no da wo mrofan nsem omu na air control ye enti na wo be kono na cheze bibia ye nyina na nse bi Germany me ka Berlin na mako conference bi na me se me dwodwo me ho kakra ase na me ma break kakra me adwuma na dwo no ma break kakra na me dwodwo me ho kakra me te bang na cheze eja edru tama so omo be sisi ho ne ade anyway na me so na ase mama indicator no mum say omu betimi awura dem ho abesisi ho na tama yesi me pie na me pie na masa abehye masa adwane abehye hotel ho amedwodwo me ho kakra na me hwe abrante kama bi awura dem ho a ono na obesisi dem ho na mare ho kakra nice looking guy gentleman fe jamini na nkasa ntimi hu so free Ghana so free hino to buy na naija yes so me kura no ma kire se mu betimi abisisi ya because one fa ade am o se o mu betimi abisisi ya obi a me bo opuno na me wi nka me kona me yes me cha mu ada aka na madan de sorry and you can continue your work na ja me fa me bag na me pay free hotel na me kona me dwuna dibi se atena sa cleaning ne sa nema we mu no ye hu se me ba mi hu sa bibifo aye mrofo no mo ha no omo na eye na tambi akoya bibifo bibia sa nwuma baako se me ka se crowway de say bon na me gina train station na me gina wona me hwese papa bia wa dress kama ya wo she suit na in fact za da me di me hu ya me di me hu ya pa kire say papa ni every dream musi na wahye ni suit no kama ana wode ade agu no kom awo ni ade ntino enjimi hu ya ne say na opie free am train station o ha say ade bi kuta ne sa omi aso no na ode peke am ewura no to peke ewura ne sa no na I was expecting say bi o peke ewura no wi a ode begu ode beko ba bi hu ya ne say ase o ya no ode ye de ni kotu kese no sa ade bi wo ma enu mu no odigu timi hu sa no me yemu hye me na me say such a nice man is here wabodam jama ha kwa jama kam ya approach no se me nua kama say ko da ke na wabodam timi giro na me hwe no ti train no cross ante na zenka me fa foforo no papa no ho adwen na me adwene say nice man say ni here wabodam a wo say because wo say wura na wa bie ni ha na wo de ahye ho afei oye ya ho no ye kese no me hu yan se wako miemia ne ma bi na watwe bibi no na ewura na ode ahye ha no na de na wa offload no ode agum owie no asasa se oba no office
oba na adwuma
papa no mo da oba no office so atiase na enti ya na abibifo ye tukwasa na ekohu abibifo no sa nyame no kwame ya na ha adwen pa ye ani nyina kire se economy no ye ntimi nya ni yie because ye weather no nke ye fa better abrochire e wotra no omo ya ade o so obibi wa abrochire na se wo ye adwuma no de sikabiro na wudi a anopai so why wadwin sa fe na obedi a jai so wo a wadi so no kopesika na fato no na enya ahogron so omo bre awono timi di wa so na ma na wa hwe a waso o wa na do nsafa obeka se de waso na yetwa oma wana no odine me pa me ntimi nkota abrochire enye sa enwuma no omo ye no nyame nhira wo mo eso se ja enwuma no omo ye nkaka no sika omo de ba omo ye mo ye friend private remittances no ni nyina account ya na ye dollar ni gina no omo boa pa baba na uko mikrom kumase a ada kesia efe so omo awu kumase mi hwenyina metiampa ba me ye ko afuo mu wo kumase girls e chire ho e ho na ne ye ko afuo mu enne ofa ho a ho nyina yekro da ya kese na de ko busa se ye ho amode ya bo shen ko busa se ye ho ade ya me ametie ame lecturer obekọ pensioner de be ma ona na de wo calculate sa ne net ne mum ne ma asesa kakra but wo hwe sika ye de maya menua any 3 days so me de 3 days in fact the most difficult time for me any say boso me aso because sika na nso enti boso me no so na ye wadwenwen ti wo mo dan na wo gina say 3 days de be di na wo chewi afi na ho ato so dine papa abrabo wo ye mamu no dine ti nyame ne no kwara nim ni ya mo ye homodene me ka se wa fidie ya so mo fidie ya UTV either 2023 or 2022 obi a wotie mi bia betimi agugo George Mfe useless economy me be tna mo fidie so koka say Ghanaian economy is useless say that man fusi di matter me ka pa UTV obi a wotie mi bia betimi agugo sa story so na enkomodie na ani 68 years yentimi mo bra papa bia na ade ananka ye mu bi ye wo yi say military regime ni ba na amoa begugu bi modwuma ne ade niam bebrebe si a me mpese mekọ akiri na nka ye ba democracy mu de na nka nyina nim say aye kabima men ka bi de ye be sha de niema ato ye rightly so from 93 coming so economic indicators no data na utimi hu say niema asachira kakra ma we have Brabona ye see mu 1957 no sankana from 1993 ba no sa na nka de sha 1957 na nka bi anka bepem ne no anka ye koye nimpa because from 93 coming no fa infrastructure ekwaye hospitals any school some ne niama utimi say hono yakoye nim kakra na akwansidie ba ko e wo ho no ye political antagonism at a time hunu ya enne no akoye MPP NDC no saa entokwa kese a beto saa party ni mienu ntam enti no ama omuntimi emienu omuntimi nwene together me de na nka meti amamu asese ye wo hei yenim se kwa bia wa ha obetimi afa so true amasama na ko fansa wam afa so hum akokumase yenim sa akwa no na emum ye pe ye hu se kumase ewo ni sei ewo esoro ha ye betimi akọ enti se minua papa ya mene ne tie
Charles
ya minua Charles se yemfa ho na yenkwa no kra ukofa ho a betimi awurawura mu akofa woti abunka ma de aba beko asikumase minua kese se daibe yemfa takra de eno so ye no kra ufa takra de ko wurawura mu betimi ko wura ba bi ani no akwa ko pia bu akwa kumase na na de wakoduru satam ne yenim se ye fa baby ti se amasama na anasu huma de be pie nkokọ amenu na ye the easiest way yenim ya adwenkyere eti se koba se minua Charles eni minua yaw se mumienu mu dwendwene ekwa ye be fa so akwa na se ye nyina adwenkro no ba se ye mfa takorade a enu nkyere se ye pam minua Charles se ono kan se ye mfa ho nti sa na te de ogo tabi esi ye nyina ye tena kai ne mu ye nya make decision say takrade ne ye fa no esi ye nyina ye tena kai ne mu na driver no de ye koboko e de koduru that is democracy and democracy akwai se mi nya badia mi wo mi police mi wo mi soldier fo mi pesa mi no mu ye adwuma mi ene kra de keka kono me be pay mi Supreme Court me be pay mi judges me be pay mi we e basa na ema omane kankro no etwiko I mean stagnate bro ne beka say stagnate etimi enkon nanim sentini say yese asono mienu ko a eye nsinsane na edey na ho kire no when two elephants fight it is the grass that suffers enti yese ye ntokwa no akoye asono mienu eno ne akonsidie ba ko e ha adwen pa na nkenye sanke democracy ne de ye ko baby sentini say enam democracy nti na Akufo-Addo ejina simpie so ebo dawuro say obeba abesachira eniema mu sen ba ko a obeye ne say obeba modina say ka dodo aye kwa ama no ne kokra ede ba ha no ye beja ne so ahya say ede ya ye ka ye bo am Rwanda Pokigami ye bo na basopa e wo sa akwa no so ama pijot eni ade ama wo ye ka so na Akufo-Addo ba wo de ose ye wo yo ama car assembly plans nsia ene ye adwuma we capacity to produce 120,000 cars yes ye hwani ya dachi ankwa amabi no ye nkoda wo mako school akwa mechanical engineering ni adade no mo ba wo mre na sa car assembly plans ya fa wo mo na ento aso ne say ye credit scoring system se be ya car mo no ankra no benya akwanya wa bra hia se da brochiriti no on fasika boom enkoto car na emum ne credit score betimi ama nya atokas na ubeye sa so a sa cars na edidam no asɛ no yen hyemra na ta cars na ma ne ma oman mu bio na yen koyanim aban foforo ba o se no na wo ma sa car na asɛ edidam no o mani ja ba ebede na yenya car da ama na ba ma boso kan fo so spare parts o mo ton no o mo so anyadwa enti na mi busa se aboso kan na amanfo ko transfer me magazine na amanfo ko tran no eno na ye pay don't we want to go forward enti on say ade ba ko ye me ya ne se tembi amamu ni ya no opposite saba ne te so ne so ka se special eyes ya me so me banko a me wo position no I mean friend
don't fair eyes
yeah so I mean don't fair eyes na Ti obaya me so me de aba. Ebini Bank of Ghana Governor NS Addison. Oboa Emma ya reserves. Yetimi nya reserves ekokoduru 8.98 billion US dollars. And now I'm reserves so wa eno na ma wunya akwanya de bo usidi no ho ba. Enti so obera 2024 Ghana for China da pa especially MPP supporters. Me platform bi MPP supporters bi also. Omu cha papa da papa. Se omu ntiase se dollars guo na on fa do no ma embassy no enya ahodene se de be ya amanfo be ka se MPP ya de pama MPP amanfo be to aba amano papa no omu di na tem nyina wote yo entu se oba abontene be kan se Ghana for mu pese mema $1 me yemfa 10 cedis enye $1 na da metimi aye baba bo se ye wade nyina ho kwai so nya ni nyina na ede eyemaye oh omanchechire no it's a process. It's not an event. It is a who fan say am eventer. Who be dwene nem ko ade. Who dwene nem ko ade a echira will be a problem. Na that assemti papa no eko so can say the market should decide as and when it becomes necessary they would intervene. The last year dollar no ko ya ko duru 17 cedis no. Immediately na papa yi edi 2.8 billion gum from July to December. That was how much Bank of Ghana pumped to the secondary forest market. Emma ebuama ede sidi na ho ode no sorry se be ha sorry ya ma minua dan na akufu ado ede abamwa na mayura John Dramani mama na $1 14 cedi 53 pesos. Na obi beka se sa anema no me ya na ye artificial. Na de esi wan hwe a se Ghana for hwe obi beka se ebi si do ebi asi do. Maminka Ghana for 2022 ya 2022 eden see yes finance na cedi $1 is 6 cedis 20 pesos January 2022 ekopim October ho September ho kono na cedi na say ya ma afa ugise uhia 70 cedis na wo de akwaje $1 na hono na yewura kenu for yata egusu a obon ho modern so obenya sika na ode abosidi ne ho bai omu tutu omu nsa ma nyame boa mu mo sa kan sika ne bi wonim say December 2022 na $1 ye 10 cedis about 10 cedis ama yewura afi 2023 mu no $1 ba forma beduru 8 cedis ti amam focus papa wa ya de ade ko do 17 cedis about 6 months ago na about 80 ye mu bi na ye fi say artificial say ti say reserves na e dey o pompigum na o pompigum ane se koduru mra bi na say reserves no ekofoma ahode a wode bebedwa so abaye sa na sa ahode no eni hobio tisi ni be sa asem eti na nka ne papa mu no na eni kwa say ye tutu milikantantam e de reserves no begum sa se de ye ma no ba ACDs no eti reserves me ka Ghana for say last 2022 no CD no say yakodu 17 cedis no but 2023 na CD na ba 8 cedis did yes in yes be and sida but anam such measures any sustainable no ntino de hu ye no ye kowura 2024 mu no na $1 sako 17 cedis etimia to end my submission no fantastic question abuza say yenya economic independence ne da bi yenya economic independence ne de aboy say de Johnson abo akoko. Politically, we are an independent country. Economically, we are very dependent country. Yeah, the say yamano sikasembe ya na dodo na ejina amansem Jason sem. Say o maybe amansem Jason sem echire o man fapen ba e de ye shebre nyina akɔhye amansem Jason ensemu. Sentini say yen agriculture sector enye adwuma papa. Enti ya sorry ye kɔ amanone ne akɔtɔ aduane ne ababedi enkoko funu omunde chemicals yena ne akoto na se me wife utie me a ose mba ha utie pa me mama no ne de bia me ka kire no se sa nkoko ne de mempe no se mi muze me bia na
ene mo akohuma munye
eno muze na nkoko na akese mienu bi guso hu ya o hwe ama fa me sa akakra minia sam ene ma no se
ene sa ne mo akohuma munye du
me bomo de pa. Prof,
ne yenko kum live bed ma.
Oh, sa ne no se be hwa yare bi ti se cancer. Ne nkan se da ni hack papa na amanfo aka me nya ne ntie se. The more na chemicals do ko mu no. Ene ma yetanya cancer. Na sa nkukofuni ye hye no chemicals ya na abane yare. Ya me ne prof ye adwen won ne nsem bi a woka ho. O say ye practice democracy bi a sa democracy no ya nya atiase say government has no business being in business. I ask me talk about say government has no business being in business. Private sector should be the engine of growth. Private sector should do everything. But then say me come in near man and say yeah no. I say any multi system. So I go what they say. I mean funny currency. A coach be by. Or there who was 442. Or bomb multi system. Coach Adi. I don't be next year. Eti e baby na me come. Say sa tilapia ya yekofa free China ya wo no mpane ya omoya kutukutu eba na ya area ye nya yare na entinka buy committee sika 1 year $5 million ya mfanye tilapia na boys o mawie school o munya adu voter yi hu voter ni ma yetimi fish ni bi wo mu na buy so wo yes ade no na wafa nipa bebrebe bi a nkora be 20,000 yemfanya tilapia me say ka tilapia na yebetimi aye emom ya di bia kwa amano ne akotone nke nkofa mfiri China
doc mama nte onu anu no mo ha
mama nka ba akoso nka ho nkukofunu abai ana wakwaji asase kakraka uze Ghana for ye pa ba adwuma pa ana ho no wasisi dai so American states intervention
state farms
in business abai aye sa no wasisi dai bebrebe nti ukwa aja 1 bedroom flat waye na wofa wa na wababo some wo de mo 5,000 nan kae dey sa poultry farms yenya kese
5,000 cedis
Ghana cedis
bosome
ya ababetimi so yi be $20 million to na agricultural ministry so wo yes adewe obetimi a create jobs pa wo de onfa nipa be 100,000 na onye state farms akwa me nkroma ye bi na ba de na make no sa poultry farms ba ko eno nko ana enye ba ko yenye nantwie ba ko yenye se mesen kanema de bia enam na ye kwama no ne kofa ba ye di nuru ahya ye bewi a yenya problems no menu anka that will be the end wo yes and you are creating jobs for the youth na omu ne adwuma no so what you say enti ye de yenye ne multi system anya sa ye fa ahodie se na economic independence no ebeche
mate ye mo mpaye se enka ho chede ye nyina agitum se ache but ye mo mpaye se enka ho anope nkokra ne mere wanyina headmaster so abeka yensa prof macha kwa aba prof
me joso na
ho ye de
michia etifo nyina so na sade na da bia me kama mema me bere wa phone me kakra phone me momo mama good morning na mebisa se obia no na dro die obia be koku bi so anoma na obia atnet nempo yese the young shall grow na endana me mama bi wa asoro no edi 75 years na obeda nyame ase mama paka na me ka che members ne se we akra me ye ka unyini a aye wo se oh me de munja masomka we ni be bo tete no
no twem ho
achiwa ama we ho hwe ya eyi enti no mechi omo nyina na me kai se one ye pese top forms eba Center for Aging Studies bisua ye programs ni bi no your masters master of philosophy in aging studies, your MA in counseling 1 year, and for near 2 years, your PhD. That's why 4 years. Forms eguso ton forms into omodiana kuna kotobi nabra na the chat make a tifo on the 6th of August. In second fundraising. Na make say yeah. Say Ghana Shippers Authority. Omo de momboa abeboa corporate social responsibility. And the where the odano Professor Ransford Jampo
Professor Ransford ya otutu jagu lampu.
Otutu jagu. Ya mpene no
Yeah.
Na once
ya jampu.
Ye let us alcohol na mo mebo ahen. Why? Na dachi bia wa na mo nyina meba.
Mo beba.
Mo mbra mebo ahen na 1st October so no na sere we no make say this time be ko osu. Nti no so ahoboa ebusu a eba. Ene mi chia ati fo nyina na mi nchia me krom hene kwa kusapon. In fact kusiaku rather nana adwuma pa oye o me krom maka je se me krom ye ona na edin wo se maka chira
wa ka che me da
nti pamcho ka chira krum ni
His Holiness
Populio the 14th say o ntwa na nyime fa ho wan na ho pa na ye kan say Garden of Eden ho na wo o ba adwuma pa enti nana on kwaso media kenika na nuama ka na media kenika nyame hira so kwa ana me de wayera
wayera me we de wayera me kura
enti ma mresi nana
me da se chase
Kana
68 years of independence ye between the ancestors ye bo aka say yen ankasa yesika sem hye ensam na number 2 President Mahama say akanie papa na ama si de nya hoden tia dollar na saa no amiti wa dwenkyere
to kana medase na machia atifo ne ahwefo machia professor ni doctor mino machia mo anapai kana independent in the sense of independence the word no dia anke independent so me bobu sia dididi a metua ti me independent me na me hwɛ me ho kwa me fa so hwɛ me ho no de me de me ho se mestre na adi na me ye adumatua de nti se fa no word no saa independence de a and anke betima ka se ye independent country because a car ye born yitua ye service your debt eni na asofo nti ye independent but ye be cost say ya na se ye budget a ye be ye asoman ise ye kobobusia na yetimi de tua adwuma ye fo aketua enu na ensema esi ye bisa ye ho se bia ye dream 68 years nipa anka ye co pension my extension crank trust ama pension de achi 68 there are 68 na ye ni bibia betimi asi ebo aka say we na ye de aye ebo aye sina na product kasa no say do na brain drain ye dwane ekoye many jobs e wa broaching na asifo because enuma no bi ni ha enukre but whose fault one ye see blame no ye nyina aso man ye need direction as them ya can or other ye need focus as a obi ba obeye bi so bi ahwe ye try makwe try na ye yia na ye dinam ye diko the ensure that and draw road map bia ye say wo National Development Planning Commission minim road map mu de aba any how binding sa commission no work on the people and mpanyifo a e di o mind e show mon sase o mon hwe no mon toto hu ne mamaye because at 68 there kadna na ye tu fango Ghana ha crude oil na se sesani ni na duko America na ewia ya se akoto light crude abaka na na embarrassing say at 68 ye wo universities are training engineers na ye ko twakwan na ye timi mfa kwan ma Ghana engineers entimi moa in consulting of our routes a concern because omo ba be ye adwuma omo di sika no omo di ko krom they will repatriate it and take it away say at 68 na ye ni national carrier at 68 Ghana ye ni national carrier planes e ba Ghana ha ni pado do omo fatem na 3 and what have you no Now, more rely on other carriers of other countries. Now, more economy, Sikano, and Timina Ghana, ha, quad neko. Say at 68, had na buy a telecom industry. Yeah, there, ni there. Vodafone, Ghana Telecom, Kwayatong. You rely on amount 4 years so. You see your percentage in your saying intimate, so we are not able to even dictate the pace. And I'm course and same data and same be a basa yet you know boy economy no because here car digital economy and what have you no as with data affordable the internet accessibility papa you get it. These are the issues and things on a broader scale largely beyond the definition of the term and the term independence there say Ghana yendi yehusa because economically no ye boabua tidina no bebre ni dia ko amanone akoto nyama in dollars eno nso affect ye dia ye wo me makanda Dr. Donve wa economist menti azeze me edoma de wo ha se Kokrokoo no bi na ti baby actually how much I should sell it. It's a sovereign nation. That is why we are told. Say Ghana, ye sovereign, we are a constitution, we are parliament, we have everything. Now say Ghana do Kokrokoo. I don't know business to a time but because a world market, a price mama. Do you know what went into the production? No. I say, but what do you to me determine some of these things. Russia, Ukraine to quite see these sanctions will be to Russia. So Russia took a decision say enya dia o ba beto omo oil na udi dollar ba obeji onye. This was $1 no into rivers and sana obetimi abeto. And upon the sanctions now Russia who the economy grew kakra in the thick of the sanctions no not or survive it. In spite of sanctions, over 5,000 sanctions are omudiato no so. But yen yeti hey as o mine. Ye different. There's nothing ye follow the trend. No beer ye and ye be nothing so special. Kana say be one like if you don't defy the odds, if you don't think out of the box, nothing will go well for you. And we make reference to Burkina Faso because US examples, Canada examples, Burkina Faso example. That is very close to us. Say young man of 36 will take you over. Now within 2.5 years, Busia or Mubi, now all grew in the country. Near beside one say a dear magic ben on Ukra. A dear Sronku and a Tuari Ibrahim, Okra would to me yes and your mana, ye yen to me be with the size of your economy. As all cracks, our machines are already by fire, you know, Fagana, can I know you machines on your namuis, your tea, ye dear drip ye, your drip equipment. A buy to drip equipment a go still acquiring still have roots bad roots in communities, constituencies, peri-urban areas, in rural areas, and acquiring even a crampo. It is a meanwhile that equipment a go. I say, and a big issue. Yes, I see a share quite a bit fast why your economy no. Yes, you have only economy now because this is ours. We need dear. As we speak, many will kasa no pay. Kadna, yen to me claim it bibia because ye cocoa a month for the price of my ye crude oil a month for the price of my. What again do we do in this country? And a month for the price of my. Omune price is a world that prices everything for us. But say ye dear one, say a sovereign nation. Ye bet me so where dear that be. We cannot sell it like this because say net ya to your bone ya dear and papa. but rather the transfer and China baby tea when it comes to cocoa production. Even gold production, China tops the world.
Cocoa, the China and BT.
About gold, China tops the world in gold production. What is it? No, what bizarre was China was topping the whole world in gold production. I that's if you know, or saying in Suana. They get it. But omo bagana ha, omo be saying you. It is a attitude. It is the way we do our things. Yen yet determined. Say yet determined. See a person pushing your mind way. This year we can do it. The senior president, Kana, Doctor Kano. You see, time pass. You see a cedar. Mikutua. You see a cedar. Minister then Ken Ufurata Ken Kuntun Kunuku Furata. Or inject $1 no ego system anymore. Man stabilize say to 10 and sometimes 8 in 2022 if I get you right. Leadership, and that is leadership. Decision. Do you get it? It is a president Mama Katra Nese. $1 no see the appreciate against $1 no. Leadership. There is nothing wrong with it. That is a fact. The decision to do something, no, leadership. You get it? So if so he's right, absolutely right. Say, Matisse, in fact, Dr. Ankasa Okababia Assassia reported, say about $400 and something million and a bank we are injected into the economy. A decision, a leadership. And you know what transnotion me yen is still a me. But for the meantime and for the short term, no, the person me yen see me come anymore. I'll find other means of holding it. Because what share about say a best sustainable and your 9-day wonder. I say, now so not $1 no. As I man won so they didn't decide the need to make or see ANC. The near see a bay say because can $1 and cough for ma a affected car ye day a woman a sooty say $1 no a hon the buff for ma importation of goods a cheaper tino I numb for me baby. Cars and a bit to me about for mama, a month for Timia to be because now cars not born yet days are but within some space of time, but within 2 years, and a cars bob a year didn't or Ghana a car now month for 60,000, 68,000, and then 120,000 plus, all because of $1. It's $1 no edge na faku, and I say a cough of na see the name one day.Eboye nyina the $1 no come from inflation ebe easy inflation easy a me ne wo ne me nua o tifi trotro driver ni obi a ho to no and now crude fuel pump petrol bo e from obi aja tum say e from pressure bad driver for say so moteso almost teso by 15% eboye nyina $1 akofumi ya the pressure too good as na wo ka bi see good as so mote dem so o ma che bo so metete so we ba ye nyina ne hu be hin han ye. So for me I don't really get it when a man for say oh sidi na nya hondin enye Ghana na aye na why na aye why na aye magic. It's not by magic. Chief focus is so painting behind your me. And I'm going to say, Matia, no matter. There was
painting behind me.
Very good, thank you, Cardinal. Do you get it?
But I painting behind that means how. Also, Gary Kuruama. Craig.
The answer to why and the sadness, sorry. That's why and the sadness can't say, go bet me on my dinner day. About 10 cities. And so. Sometimes when you do settings, it has its own cost. So what I say, and I didn't want to go there, but what they do
but the fact also is that under NSRDC, no, or inject no, young sa free fall of $1.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, remember.
Say,
Meba menua me pachopi me tro
24%.
Meba October all check it meba around meba
I have it from 2016 up to December.
And 2016 and some 2022 no $1 no.
Se beka 2024.
Se dollar ne beka 2017 to 2022 no na dollar ni gina faako. CD gina faako. CD performs over 57 to data. Now he data now one of the best period that you hu say CD gina faako pa 2017 to 2022. Ne ni problem. 2022 na sa global and some no buy na dollar sha say echo emiemu no. E di emia na ma ni ko do 17 cedis. Echo December na about 10 cedis. Esa timiti ba. Esa ba 8 cedis. Esa ba 8 cedis. It's about 8 cedis. December it was 10 something. I don't know. Okay. Also the 11.
2022 December. 8 cedis 57 pesos. 2022 December.
And then American.
8 cedis.
Okay.
57.
Okay.
In December 2023, it ended at 11 cedis. 88.
American 2022 there. And I make chances. I don't know. Sharp. Young family from Trumono. Ebia sidaya enche bia. But sustainability of it because this time no now we can say I didn't think that be a you be done we know it is happening on the fertile ground now no na me ne akwabi can say obi frame sorry obi frame na me can share say me ne me nua kwam na kese akwaware na ada so what I say yakwaware no makonya ba unfortunately ebia say baby kra na awodi no we ni bi maybe was be a problem be onyan na me nua kwamra kese so akonya ba sabe ne die nyina ye na wo de boss wa taw enta bia anka me de no nka me nya ne yire na bia anka me kwa de nko be wo for abom but the nam sa me de no me nya ne yire ni nti no amanfo be fi se bia
enka de enfanka
so that the only say we say about at the time government is not paying contractors. Government has suspended also more of the take contracts. Government is not paying contractors. Offering the energy sector the payment so statutory expenditure payments are not being made. We US economies and saying effective injection it has happened at a very right time. The environment is so fertile. And that is why we have seen it. So maybe the because I may add you know some they do me so
so Samitier Doka, what it means is that and you're good for oil. Because
a significant part
the decision not to pay contractors what have you are buying decision.
Oh yeah.
It's your own just so said no home in hand or no dinner man to 2 years. And good for oil and see the American say you see television member Ghana how you the dollar ne kotoba. Home appliances and other things. Electronics and your beba a dollar to tear. Now what it means is that with 75 inches television our person will turn price in the beba phone ube to me to be umbe how for me Ghana ni best sorry too. I don't want to credit a buyer or so say CD anya honding. I don't know. I just can't understand. Theory no as an economist problem bar they will theorize to justify the problem. Sources bar economists will give you theories that is giving that thing theories bar you solve a problem there me won't be that because say be why economists will Ghana papa Anna we have economists in this country Dr. Netiminche. But always you see say omo explain why we see nintia we aba and nintia we kosi ni we kosi but nintia di na gina de economy se nya bi da o when ya every and Ghana why at 68 na we don't yentimi nkase independent economically sa studio ha say you two form say mo ba makwan see you two ne mfa bro say asasi we asia I think a week by this time it will germinate in this studio. Ija ebesi amana ayamia yabua atutu are ewo studio. We are fertile land, arable land, and what have you. We are not able to add value to it. And the way you training yem kwara, enunti na yempe farming. Obi ase ado doctor kano solution or prescribe your farming. How many of the Ghanaian youth and you willing, interested, say opezo ko ye duma we fu. Nkukwa sa poultry farmer uka ye nkukwa nkete ya bayi ye nya jontu fo mu di nnum edi siri ipo ka zo bo be poultry farming. Do you get it? So yeah, discourage a man for when it comes to farming. Who go school who bad later a child done a mount. This was how we were trained. So farming has been seen as a punishment. And not there so brain we need a rethink a curriculum. Prof netia, doctor netia, mona school near modia, even to academia. You must find way of making sure say Akrana shall see from primary these are our Greek minds we need to take up the challenge of farming your punishment farming you say we are marketing now betimanya adwuma your farming we are accountant you can get an employment in the farming industry but enye sanity and no na problem enti wo ka farm wo ka be me do a amamfo ntia
can say first na me nko
not tractors. Can we even buy tractors? The BIC person you could do it. Say go da e betima tractors ana opesu we large scale farming guys we farming and also isika sem they were readily available your friend then loans are a betima boy am going to farming ana you know yen chance as o mine National Development Planning Commission these are some of the things that they should be thinking about. Ya titi agwo keke ene ye tua manfo ne ba
enye juma ade o mu beye no ene na make a political antagonism. Say National Development Planning Commission say na waka say opesa Ghana in the next 50 years in this direction o kan wie na aba o teso no o ko ya foforo no ba no so abaye ne de
nti so and so say what road map na nyina ye jitu no bia de nsa sha you see directive principles of state policy chapter 6 of the constitution the framework of how to govern this country has been provided. And say, oh, funny say, now me funny say, at the end of the day, the end result, dog, any share. And this is analogy I draw, see, Kokumasi. Now, me see na we see Fahano, and you acquire deco, but the process is the end,
so what I say?
The processes should not change. You change drivers. You might change drivers, but the process should change. That is what we should do as your mind. It is a decide so you better uphold a constitution with. Has been provided the roadmap. Institutions are they should think and give us roadmap, proper roadmap. Say cars, Dr. Ubo say and you produce 120,000 cars in Ghana. You move to do send it timito. You get it. You move to do send it timito. Local content in this manufacturing at the same and Timanya all I say until no boy ding. And the my savage cars because no cry no if we say a bit not on sa the near dream who into prof with the mestre you people must help the system the academia no politicians muna more training o you know when there are policies to guide them now friend back that they will listen social engineer namu engineer ye
Samson Kwame Nyameche ewo Kumase or say tell Charles that we need cash to be able to farm. We need a cash to be able to farm. I don't know. Prof. Papa.
I try to be your
okay, my mama wants
to stress. I say on so uncover your whole through kakra. But many and on a number of issues and many doctor don't so Nana I met I can say the power of leadership I can't eat to me no is observed in visible expressions of change. I can say the power of leadership is observed in visible expressions of change. And yes, you be able to see hope. And I say, yes, you be able. And I say, yes, I point to it. That's not leadership. I can't say, you didn't depend on see hope. What value was added? Then beyond here, they come. A free, a da. Oken ni baako efiri hɔ na ofoforo nso ɛbae enti maybe as efiri hɔ Ghana economic evolution na sɛdeɛ esi yɛnsi kasɛm esi den dan no some of us yɛte baabi a yɛtia uti kɔ na asokora ayɛ ɔya na deɛ nti yɛte saa ne sɛ obi obeka se ye nim ekwan a ebefa so na ya kyekyere mayi sikasem yi bia you don't know what you are talking about ye nim pa we know na mo no me mani afa hu se ye lack ni ma bi de kan and say me say we haven't been innovative in taking bold decisions say to me I innovative cry you two are and yet sustainable. So innovation, bold decisions, and sustainability. To say, Nana, meno, send me no kai. Ye pese ye fa a quine ABC so near Boama Ghana ejina. O started baby. O to us na ana obreson your koi. Me ba ya me zero bi. Na me jade na nka wo ye no. I did actually with him. Maybe if you say, Sika or Pompey into it in a Ghana for Sika is a taxpayer's money.
Na eno me baya odi na. Say me kan say me ba ma anya hwe.
It is our general. And na Dr. Domfe Eka no. Political antagonism. Say innovation ni bold decisions. Yenya say. Say wo yonko free ha. Na or do ha sustainability she say to aso na ade ni nyina let's go the long haul mayempien ko si baby edis na ni hu say de ye yo no enso mfa so aba maman
mempren so kra
I know you're one of Ghana's biggest economic challenge na sense kana ye di wurem ye re hye wurem ye sini agya na abandon no nyina na ho ezika eyo man ezika. Number 2, the political governance ekwan ya faso a yatete ana yedinda yema no politically amanyonse mo na in a way it is inimical to good economic decisions. Say aban beko aban beba na aban ekwa na aban ba na aban fofora aban ase woni e ba no de oye no kwa se ewem na e chie bi no kura gum o hwe na nsan de ekoso this I'm asking myself, Senana, are we in the rule of law and now we are in the rule of fear? And Ubun say you use other state apparatuses, National Intelligence Bureau. No, be. I mean, me a lawyer, but I mean, say Obi, yes, say we're breaking and now we're engaging any criminal actor. Now, a police for Ajuma. But where are we? What are we seeing now? This culture of intimidation. Then you know the way we manage our economy. And see, Obama say, "I buy sampa." Now, and both parties are doing that. Now, I can't say, say enya okanini bi a obeka say this must stop. Papa ye program bi, can say Dr. Nana evangelist bi otonyo mpa no preacher. Economist.
Lawrence Tete.
Yeah, no, way,
Baku crazy anymore.
Can say thing be out there. I said this nonsense must stop.
Yeah, dog.
I said this nonsense must stop. Now, me borrow is at them. Sandy, you know, I will see Jai. I will see Jai say, Obi, Eba, no peki free ha, no did do ha. As I say, yes, sustainable. Say, you bet me at twice, so I could do. Me who are some for so.
But Prof, who tell the natural say kana? Yes, our NDPC, National Development Planning, is a commission who say when you. And so no, no. The planning our planning in no. For buying one, or then buy no. And even sa buying and you're binding on him. Say, NDPC, and it's all she say okay, be in your first 3 years, prioritize routes. Rose no so you be for any half you say bibia anje chere no ono so free hope esan se ma bia anhye no nti no they are bind that this can kokoko shame no aka ho asa obi antimi nya ne hwe NMP NDPC na nkasa so no oni sa powers na obeka say da bi ya hye wo ya se dada entiko no kokoko wie president Kufuor share affordable housing ase wanwie enanya e car de aka no car time President Mahama Zufre Kunyaso no Saglemi. Yenka e chire kwa no aye Saglemi. Ebesi ne Saglemi wo ho. Ntimi nwie mani pa nkonkotrem. Abaya na anu ye atwa mu yi. E sha affordable housing bi ase wo Pokuase.
Aye.
Pokuase. Eno so wo ho saa. Kwan no a omu yi atwatwa to mu nyina na nko omde ba be yi ni nyina. Ese kwan ni nyina asa ase ho so afu kama. Afu pa. A chese ni nyina ho. Enti no Prof, ye ni body bi obeka say okay, e nyina ya gye ato mu say Yapasi a year education, maybe in the next 5 or 6 years. Yapasi a shark coin, yapasi a shark. Into a bar or priority and your education. Yeah, bisa.
Nana, when are you, my?
Yeah.
You see, that's not the issue. Who should do this for us? And your American mind, and your British mind, and young and that's where innovation American wants to say, oh, fa a comfort so. A year ethical, a year papa. Now they are shewa ukuru, new be a crew, a yawadi, a bini ho. Now the entire is honest, Nana. Yeah, inside your animal boss, young political leadership. To a certain extent, a lack what I call ethical leadership. Oh, that's me can say Ghana is stuck and patriotism died. Because when you listen, me call economic forum be early last year or so, or latter part of 2023, is and Obaho Emma Omo Ebekikai say, oh, as I say, yes, Beef Bank of Ghana, beef, and then Benjamin, some Bisa say, and a Ekusi say. But when anyone can in no, you bet to me, I yet. It in Bisa say, anti Necra say, we. Na figures na die and na muyum sa so percentage na me say ya tiase ndi ekusi say oh na ye hear actionable measures, measurable measures. Baby I will tu anamo say me tu anamo na me tu ye no ma measure me susu say na medu 10% 20% and no be ni here na Kasa and is in the pipeline, and we are thinking about it, and we are starting committee, and we are committees in Ghana, and various we international we are ratify Ghana. Obi ne can say Ghana is a policy farm. Hey, baby, be a obenya policy da aka implementation. So Development Commission okay. I was invited to give a lecture some time ago, about 4 years ago. Now, one of the things I'm kind of say, if you set a development commission like them, now, when we need authority, be to me share say political actors ne wana epese yedi o man hye won sa no obi amfa ne e kan say ne policy ne vision ne manifesto so-called manifesto emfa meto manim na womo embai mu debate ahodo ayese ye nyina e was an come no way NDPC also no they should do it. I remember they came to my department when I was a HOD at the time. Now omo identify enima bia and only like mindset to study na making certain attitudes be no mpe say department of psychology ye bomo ye mo ye meeting we ye ko ho Sam. So nothing gets implemented. Nana Shebi to say Ghana's agrarian economy, agriculture. Dr. Domfedi, on only economists would need more as no SME or so Nana say agriculture productivity alone. You improve crop yields, livestock production, poultry and ammonia. Okay. Oh, Nkoko I free Brazil, US, and other places back. No, be someone say, hey, asame kura. Enti Nkoko so yen to me nyibi. Yen to me, ana yem a penny empe. Enti who say most of our leaders in various levels of governance, and they have no politicians and kwa. Yen na yeka ho. Yeba, we only keep the status quo. Dia yeba to yen wana. Na ja onya allowances na if I say many penny Uncle Pratt or saying Kwandewa na o san Kwandewa sa o time so na oko. But until we embrace a challenge in national development, we are just beating about the bush. Yen to me yen ko bia and one ye try ho sa and now the pen say akoko na ya the pen say
considiously
you try on sa nothing is happening we you no free wa na what the value chain development say you be invested and one of the things am kofa kan some pass bit my boy say na you be reduce post harvest losses yeah na ma omwo nkura me ma metias no da bia na o ka say say ye di ahoden aye adwumaden agu ye di ahoden aye adwumaden agu. They did not get anything from Oman who are dinia Omadi Equajuma. Omadi a ye egu, Omadi a Hoden Edmaden egu, Vasubia Ambaso. Post harvest handling, Nana, storage, processing. I bet me a reduce losses. Sani menina, many about Kobe Bio, baby in Kranza. Silos BICC years ago. Nagua, I say. Once again, is silo, Eganisika. Adena, say, a bro production into me in Yebru and preserve it and export it. What is wrong with us? Private sector investment. Obi Mekano last week say, Dr. Domfe, a lecture, or so, me economists, me person me call into via vegetable production, me private sector person and person me journey. Or journey say, I pay a becalano, we are MPP, and mo twene say no because onya sika pa ebeka say obebo na party no na omakoye campaign. Look at the mindset. Abrant now can I say look at this na one no sabrante bi na kwakuches I say look at this no say yeni o enti ekwan fa so no emwa say na digitization yeah mechanized farming enye very common efe na eba teteno subsistence farming ya ukura aso ukura ho ukura second kakana odo ahina betumi ado ekesa ahina betumi ado ekrejan but o tractor na o de puli na o de say we the drones kura dia ye at the spray ebia furnace insects na fertilizer o de administering nyina ene wo hefa enti wo be kono na say koto wachi a ubunu a yegusu ayeye. If you look at modern gadgets in agriculture elsewhere, Nana, you're just incredible. Maybe the percentage of Americans who are into farming, but it's I think it's less than 10%, and yet they produce so much. And you know, economic growth na eka hwasemono. Mesre enye muitia ne be yamai, enye abofo ne be yamai, ɛnyɛ abosomfo na ɛbɛyɛ aman na abosom bi na ɛbɛyɛ aman ɛnyɛ nyankopɔn or sense no make actual last sometime be say ɛyɛ na nkrofo so yɛ mmɔ mpa no nyame yɛ economy no me boss ampa ne pa na nsenso ma yɛ no ho nyɛ mpa no nko a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛ kasa kyerɛ yɛ mpanyimfo no yɛ nuanom na wɔn occupy positions no ebi yɛ mate ebi yɛ juniors a yɛ school ni mo a ne wɔn yɛ de aban afrom sɛ wɔn nkura sectors bi mwa they should behave wɔn yɛ adwumaden they should think beyond the box. Now 66 years of the same style, how can you deploy the same style and expect different results? Send here okwanda da numu ane nam ye be nya different results. Enti said no finally na me kai pa from 2018 to about 2022 mere partner the city was stable mekai pa 2022 and a teaching na church chain na tie no and that dia bi wie na ya ye hu say ah fe die tofem nana enye to a tofem na me nya mesese ya and me nya pa na mumu no how long is this going to last and the same thing say o she obi na ka say don for us oh na say Ghana there na just Ghana for kwa enni gidi o mo sidi no and na obi tie buruchiri e ka say na then ye dollar no then ye pounds no na narrative no very interesting narrative not UK or the US or the Germany or the and I want to say sidi ni nya ho de na ninje doctor Nombe na ninje because of the whole kind no e kind of saying almost how do you call it? Remittances.
Yeah, remittances.
Nana, or Mexican or Reba. Because the pounds no quite 24, okay? Echo hyper 24. 24 no or certain air.
Or the 100 no by 2,400.
That is what it means. And you know, on only boy say, na then yes, you know. Adana, a very yachi, we can follow the door. Nani Crane just say. As a send the crew music in your day. This is a mindset. And what is a mindset? Anything that your mind and your thoughts and emotions aggregate around. Baby, adie say adwin na kofa say adie you know adie anu ma bewu a is a mindset. Enti adwin say ye see no de enko anim da say tena hwa na ye de amanfo sika edihye what be way and I can't believe it. And people are, oh, Canada via for they said, most $1 no. Just say how much? As I said, dollar no, me nya kaya 1-to-1. I be saying to me, MP saying, why can't it happen? I didn't have any and now your hair, and I your assassin, your assassin can eat you to me. And I'm challenging one year and manage our economy. Now, mommy make it statement I make you FAV. Say, the power of leadership is observed in visible expressions of change. Visible expressions. Say, whereby, you know, whom said, akotoha, economy, and perhaps to add, now visible expressions of change that is sustainable. Baby, I whom say, to an ambono, a fair dear, messy train, said, don't not a gina the next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, up to 6 months. I mean, say yes. And failure.
Ato forcing is forcing.
Ato ye juma na mebo me sem.
Forcing is forcing.
Oh boy juma. And no ni here. Na enti, but I will say about my basu say baby koso. For me, the evidence of something done no chere say baby koso. But here, how long will it last? Ti here no, ama obi akote. Ne cement so man na cement na abafama na azeguzo so
oh baby ona
simaf
oh
na ka se mi na ma ninje ka
baby body ebo
oh
exactly exactly we na talk anoch ocho asem tanta bi gu ka na gina boys for chinno mu gwa na say masa kan copy pa na ye ono copy pa next a ucho na ebody ebo
chese ya mo kan no de on this don't go be
on people about the one trust still
we need our leaders to give us Sani Mano. Nayankai say, a Sabia ye can. I got 2 years, not gonna do 70 years. Yareta, any 10 years I come. Maybe a aircon or my chichery. Senator be American is intentional, but not accidental. And I'm always
intentional, yeah, accidental, according to Reverend Professor Joseph Osafo, Director, Center for Aging Studies, University of Ghana. Dr. Like he was a Lagan. Lagan.
What a cousin.
Dr. Like
was a Lagan. Anyway, Dr. Nove.
Yes.
I come about 20 minutes be na my poem.
Yeah.
I'm on 5.
Yo.
Now I'm the opposite.
Yo, quickly no na ase ye nyina ye gitum no kre se dollar no ba for my de eye no ye patrons nsem ya da bia no se dollar no ahoden kosoro a petrol boy den a omo eka omo ka omo edi adwuma organa omo na yenya 68 years public transport is almost collapsed aka STC ne few of them are sakofo ye by but okama no ne public transport tramway ni train ese ne nam ho
Ow.
So ha de ja intimi hu se ye nko aja na ntisa ne mani nyina no ya na transportation boy den nti no obenya na petrol no da bia dollar no ahoden no ekofom na chezenka amanfo enya am relief but Bank of Ghana governor na can be say Bank of Ghana has no target rate for CD appreciation menene nya adwen ese omo tiemi a omo pe target rate ni CCR sentini say sabri ye yama CD ni dollar ne be pa in fact e be atwam na tisa o ye John da kum go for price so ye no okay for zeros no go ye no now $1 na ni na 1 CD
in fact na below 1 CD before
we are right about
0.9 BB
0.89
dollar no
yeah to 1 CD tama unlock you know 0.89
that's 2007
yeah to suggest at that time na CD kura when mo nyam che dollar
wow.
So etinye se bia sanse me binsi na sabre no so mo ye adwen se ye de ne ba ye the dollar ba $1 ba 1 CD which Bank of Ghana can do it because no so mo de you say mo scan pa 9.4 billion is more.
That's right.
To mbe tube gumu no ombe timi di aba. But then no mo de ba counterproductive.
Chechim.
Enya no ne yepe. The man ye counterproductive ni say the moment mama sorry say you can counterproductive I say we ye bibi na office say anka ne pepper ma so na o de bone pa kese na eba.
Chesa so why dia ma.
Eso na bone pa. O say satam no petrol ni nema nema no bo bed in fine. But the koba say we are local production, you know, ebegu. Because cost of credit is still very high. Is that no say policy rate 28%. And the interest rate say o ko bosia kobo o ko abontiso akobo bosia de akoye adwuma nsihu a obetua no e wonani mu lending rate is over 30%. And the cost of credit energy electricity board say you produce ade a dollar no is just part of it. There are other components of cost of production. Eti Ghana no cost of production is so high because of taxes. Nipa be ntua to omo tua no omo tua ma omo nyumegu. Enti taxes tua bebrebe electricity ya ne boy dine wo Ghana. Any credit cost of credit bosia bo ne boy dine no. Emma adwuma yo hunsensem e wo Ghana no eye dine. Eti yemu bi ade aya ye na mi opipa bi amaya ekite de enti ama Ghana yentimi create jobs. Enema mi ensa we. In fact, ma men kan say it was even a research bi aye na yenya pipa film na that research no no Kenya, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda and Ghana. Ya me ne professor aka mo chasa aka mo na e kan bo ma ye. Enema mi ensa ye hu ya edinya ema adwuma ntimi ntumpon wo Ghana. Ankra adwuma no electricity bo no bo dendodo de bia yetum utum sukura na asa ko yedum so taxes dodo ni ntua nto mo mutua no GRA nya hu so obetua obejiwa kopim se wadwuma ne begu ti taxes tua no eboro ya na tax burden yese edo so no do na we ni nyina firi ho a cost of credit ukwa amanone a ukọbọ bosia US wakọdwa so say ukọbọ bosia lending rate US akọsoro 3%. Nansia ene ma say and they could do be 4%, mostly in na 1%. To ukọbọ bosia wo US $100 million na the year juma. In the first 5 years, you know, bank, you know, what you are bank now is about 5 million. You still have $95 million to work with. Who Ghana now work about Bosia modern craven the best point Okobo Bosia best point 100 million. So would be juma. The same 100 million will be you know. I feel so you know I shall see 8 year. The lending rate about 33%, you know. But the next 3 years, you know. Now we see now Jesus would year juma no. Now the tia me busia no hunsi ho na afi de aka no ofisa ne fa na be ko adwuma no begu adwuma no gu wi a obe konsawam enti adwuma mu ntimi ntere enti dia na boa kakran se ko basa wo dollar no bo esoso koduru ba bi a dollar no kosoro anye se bi a eye bad sa o but ehia optimal ehia ba bi a ebeba abeduru ama enema na ye kana ma no ne no ebe ya affordable na local products is betimi akoso because the dollar no eso nya hodin pi e wosi di no so a ema it becomes unattractive to produce in Ghana. It ebema companies special as mu nyina beja adwuma because akobasa na nsuo kura no amano ne de no be fo sa obekra nsuo aba se birebi na ebi mu kra nsuo ba to mu nyina beja special eyes need fufu o mu nyina beja because amanone no say ye need fufu no bi ho a ebe ye far cheaper ti amanfo che nti ebema ya be import dependent. Already we are import dependent economy, but that will be deepened. Afe ye be tun American tentema kwa amanone akokra niema bia de aba wo yesa ni nyina so no na local production ye firms no collapse. Firms ni nyina collapse because they cannot be competitive. Firms no collapse we are afi nkoda na no mu wie school a 10 years masters ansa na wanya adwuma ye no ebeko 30 years obe wie school 30 years ansa na wanya adwuma ye obenya adwuma ye be na o pension oye adwuma ye fa na adwuma man 3 days na o pension eti se Bank of Ghana timi tu na num tu sa na mehunu ha se Bank of Ghana has no target for rate for CD depreciation so mu yes meji papa we di pa se one the cans as me that they are not being serious. We need the optimal rate ese duru ba bia omu jama eda hwa ujama ne da hwa na chese se ekoba se ohun se tie ekosora na sika ne dey na wo de abegum na we jana manada ho se de be ya e be protect local businesses am omo so are competitive no so e de etimia produce more because ye kasa ni nyina na ye kan ne se 68 years ye mo bra nyina no is because of say we are too import dependent here amanonefo aye de be di de be num de be hye no gise obi aye eti bread reserve ye be encourage local production ama firms na ewo Ghana no muso benya kwanya aye ne mo no mu hye ase ne mo say the China no omo nya hwe o. It was one of the poorest countries in the world, and I obi a wetie me bia in Google no we na but the year 1980 Chinese population na ka cabinet do 1 billion na omu total gross domestic product GDP na ye 191 billion US dollars hwe enipa almost 1 billion 900 something no na omu total GDP ye 191 obi a wetie me bia o 1980 and now me know cause China omu population is about 1.4 billion. And so much GDP no akodura kaka krabna duru $19 trillion. $19 trillion. And I'm say a free 1980 ba no the policy be by one area one factory. Aggressively they make sure say every area in China no you see factories see especially in the rural areas. You see factories akese Emma and then China is the biggest manufacturing economy in the world. And no na China no quite omo yi no ho ene niema omo ye no omo pekwai esa US ho en
intentional
it is a dia no ya amfasa intentional na anya adwuma ne ya say dollar above from ye ni age say the president Beckham say leadership as far as I'm concerned me patch a minute as far as I'm concerned in response to that you see the any leadership because papa bi also for bi me bunu pa Yera Duncan Williams baby or Bombay say because Yera John Dramani ma abre so dollar no mra from where na dollar no crowd ebufu ye no papa so sad way no any leadership
may the city be arrest with command
say Yera John Dramani ma obi tie me on kan say leadership ye hia ne say omo local production no factories do yensi bebrebe agricultural sector ne nyaade na nkane ma bia e dollar ne be kwa ma no ne akoto no ni leadership emo ama ye nya ne Ghana ha
in 4 years
ekoba sa no antina me say economic
me bisa keke
enye ye sa economy no e process enye event etina say obi se process na say a wo ba eni kwasa wotugo planting for whatever me hu so ma change the
feeding Ghana
omunye ni ye one district one factory no on the pin ye nya ni ye se dini no be change a wo de won change onye ni ye se etimi ye sa ne ma na ba omi credit scoring na yi na mo de buy no ye nya na new cars na men kasa cars no ma ha say produce 120,000 they have the capacity to produce but the last 2 years they produce only 4,700 because mo ye obi anto na ya no so bi anto o basa se so mo ne ma ko
na doc mo na mo ni sika say identity se ye ka organ na me kotobia eno so Jesus say tua duty on
exactly
mentia se o
exactly nana it's maybe say on church
Debio
we just for the
say Charles e bia Charles what ya se che me say ya ye ka no organ na ha
me de minim say ya na ye tua excise tax the cars companies no ombetua excise tax for producing the thing in Ghana na wa wo so kwa akoto no say okwa register car na ne ade na ebia yen hyase ndp say ni nyina ya adwenkyere na ya raise bia ebi mu so be ha ase aka say hyase say koba say betomre bi no na cars no because last 2 years ago me check here no ya import 120,000 cars intina ma car manufacturers be can say they have capacity to produce that it is 120,000 cars na they import here no na emu be say a little over 4,000 na ye mo no do de ni nyina ka na ye ka dada say mo ne adade ne ko sesa bae eti asema mechanics Yera John Dramani man ni leadership aye hia ne say sa cars 100 plans no ni kwase ye mo dwane firi krom ha
mate
ya onye nhihye na on the pin process na kufa do mo hyase no na cars na fei yemfa kwanu so bi so teacher fo nyina go bia benya kwanya adene credit ya ko je car ne bi na car na emu o Ghana
na greetings two interesting pieces of information based on comments made on the show. Burkina Faso citizens have decided that they want their nation to develop. It is not just the decision of their new leader. It is not just about his age or youthfulness. It is about his maturity. On the point about currency issues, here is the link. Okay, I don't have time for the link this morning, but politics is about the people. How that is translated and applied, it depends on the politicians and the citizen. Food for thought. Nana Fredia, Furiata, no do say bye. Chaze.
Ghana.
Yeah.
My boy Ibrahim Touare, no, the emphasis was not on the age.
Okay.
But the ability or the executive Nema or no. That was why I always cite. In fact, I can even say age no so fact matter because Ghana Hanka won't mean the president. In this country, 36, he doesn't qualify to be president. Yeah. So that must be put on record. Say, and so age, you know,
it can only be MP.
Yeah, Yantiso.
MP.
Okay. So, not true, sir.
Just a Gabriel.
No. I said, not true, say, oh, grey hair, and I just say, oh, I dream. Guess honest here. Even though you respect age, as if you folk baby say, penny will once there war here.
Yeah, war here, na penny
tiase. Pepe, and you know, age no account be. I think say ya didn't come on be now topics been so why you be a film but yeah
galamse
say oh see galamse there yeah obianka galamse ntokwa no ya ka ho asama ya so ka president say emuadi like fighting galamsey nyezi say nyezi a yenyina ajatum say nyezi benya hiafo na ye galamsey
no kwasem
enya hiafo ene to excavators
enya ne obeda to
amanfo omo tumi politicians those who have cash, proper cash, and kind of motor equipment in the Iba. And then my cry for port in the Minipa Wakra equipment. You buy the seat, your friend, low bed. So now you swap him and kind to Takwa and kind to Kumasi. The baby, ya could be to two form assassin and that one a man for the one crater. At the end of the day, we still can't find people doing the game.
Yes, they
are more be and cat tower where just as we. Am my sumacy the way am my way. Why can't we say or say on ma aden to coaches?
But Charles, I mean, Bissau, a friend say very talk questions a deal minimara dear, but would you say politicians, successive governments over the period? Say no more call for an umpa and think I galam say no comedy say.
Ankanu kunya oman in fact my two group for me ya bebubo mudin call concession so the way I will mind and we trap video near the abetre Ghana for say this is your position in Ukraine and it's starting from tomorrow.
Hey,
yeah, your time your press conference on National Press Center.
Then I invite him.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So when you are coming, I'm so shape.
Yeah, and say man for the any be.
Oh yes, na obo ho ba yo, baby I would done baby.
No, be anyu be ahre.
Yeah, so
who do we see and no more coming after you? I won't hide. I won't use hoodie. This is my face. Me na mabo din say nya wo come and say nya wo company ni din wo ye de betuja. It is starting tomorrow, 12. Near international press.
And the enfant I can share fridge for china. The enfant share fridge for china. Martin me that. Prof. Intentionally, me pesa upon me. Intentionally.
Nana, I something and I must bad man most of the I know ye. Sa oh one is Sibia can see many ya coaching. Or her, in fact, I think that we are breaching a constitutional order. Now, National Intelligence Bureau, no, have a arresting arm, or they can an arresting arm for cases. Cases no, a case as I say, purely under police management.
Prof, just a second. Traore was not elected. He came by the gun. No matter what he does or how well we praise him, he remains a usurper of power and an unconstitutional manipulator of the sovereign will of the people.
And yet, using the power.
Dr. James Kwabrabonfe Jr.
Kabila. My space.
Prof, wow, Kabila.
My space.
Oh, me Kabila.
Wow, Kabila, Prof.
Kabila. No, but Kabila is fundamentally right.
Yeah, he is.
By application. No, fundamentally. Oh, you're right. By application, no. That's where issues will come up. Say power na nipa ninya no. That's the issue.
No, but say they all kind of so many era and Kabila ya adwen pa ne say say ekoba ade anya de nenye say so too much ho e be encourage ama onze na nzia cry it is in Cote d'Ivoire cry nke bi yes ho say yes say kabima mkabi na sa Africa de no ya toto na se pa de and so me feel say inse say nke be back to the old days na baby abeg fabia na ayeso ja bai no no bi mu de omu de ya ade ba bebrebe na amwa enti se na yesi ya fa democracy a ye nhye mu den se de papa ken ye nhye mu den because they all came me support no pass na o kasa na ye ba beche no prof sorry
ebina democracy mu aye we nana democracy mu aye we eno na ye de friend say NIB exchange for you. Enumwa so ne yaka say you exactly. It was a bloodless school. Fundamentally, no, Kabila right because a constitutional leadership.
The guy has done
but me no, me share said the OU super no, said the Abrantino AU super no. The power is not being used to abuse. It's being used to build. And it is a challenge to younger yet touted democratic governance. It's a challenge. Yeah. And I think it remains a challenge for us.
Thank you.
Whether we like it or not. And to many Kabila again fundamentally, but we diverge on that line. It is a challenge for us. When I will say, we are ja, Obu Waware, and so you feel, won't you? And I branch be on worry, a year, Juma, no any fear, or married mammy. It's a challenge for you. When I say a husband, and say, or a challenge. No, baby, I can say, yeah. Constitutional democracy say Ghana no. Edian ye de NIB ye o Ghana. Political parties me nyina wo njai. Say catch omo njai. Na enti mammo bia me catch say na ho de na o ye ku ya tiase. Ku no o ye no. Nana factories eba. Enjuma eba. Enti ye nya de na ye detaining nkrofo. Ene embrano emma kwan ese police for obi ekoye false publication obese intended to cause fear yampa constitution say a crime now some crime no ese follow due process or say famra kwan so na say na mitina obi e kronfo kra na o kire na untumi embo ne tim tu say wo kuno so e kronfo no ese odin court enti ene na ebe yi a yesesa ban pa. Now you say the two question baby. And also you're then. Meanwhile, I see where you're constitutional democracy, rule of law. And the yemma kwina mbrano enchira kwanya yemfaso embu maino. Now you say political intimidation left and right. I think these two political parties omo color the same dodo. Oh, like I say, we want to see a change in beer. And you're visible say we no me fa. Oba ko fa media menye. And no, any person, you can enjoy this harassment. I think, say, and what now a ya color, ye mind, ye democracy, no, a ya be a rule of fear, and a rule of law.
That's it, Prof. And dog, any chassis, the Webjapa.
Kabila kind of say, but can I tell me 1 second?
Oh, Kabila, the answer fundamentally is right.
Kwampoku CID. Also, my money, dear, me Pia, Mamma and Friend.
And as much too.
There's a my own from Dawson. Charles, show Suba you.
National Youth Organizer, MPP.
Kwampoku CID. Sir.
I kumi lawyer no. So ne dina mo ma.
Adenta kumi.
Kwampoku
CID. Number 49 Bantama, Florida Street. Akwawe Kwampoku. Anyway, Kwame mawache ni nimsa ohun ye so. Mercy na Abe, do after cute Vina. Or House of DL fan club, and there you are. That's not about you Fusu. Say your mouth happy birthday, Mercy na Abbey, cute Vina. Some big cray. And yeah, come in Pajaman be a crano, and then the man be a crab, no biache. I was ya, and I no pay a breve maquine, Emma made the more SCA. May sorry, Kofi Kumbelson, the royal baby, and the Mortana, Akopem set premo ebeto. Maybe be a chair and then baby. Maybe in here. Dr. Father Dixon, Kennedy Asante, Sopho Kuja Asante, Stephen Balfour, Peter Square, Isaac Opoku, Pretty Joy, Dominic Nyanyo, Nana Pepra, Mami Biamakwa for Nanaya, Kuneduna Bomi Chidomano Pay, and Mammy Chirima Ghana's Morning Voice, Chairman General, Kwame Safakai.
Salatina Salamu Saladong Sala but in my father living in the world my brother living in the world my sister but to live in this world You living in the way.
This one says, congratulations to you, Engineer Professor Ransford Upoku Dakon of University of Cape Coast, on your promotion to the rank of Associate Professor in the Institute of Engineering and Technology. And to wish KT Tommy, KT Tommy 1, a member of the Achimota Keep Fit Club and East Legon Executive Club, a glorious birthday.
Some are really gonna love you, and some are really gonna hate you. There is no beer. That is why we be drinking all the beer. For when we'll be going right to heaven, all our friends will be drinking all the beer. Hey, 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 hey. We don't wanna know about the kamana. Yeah, we don't wanna know.
Pacho so bi temina ohu bra na your friend Godwin Akogan na. Anganja Godwin Akogan. AK Benz Ra. Odo usha na enkasa me na na yakas. Ka chen se Benz Ra say. Ono wo unfinished business. Etu onhwe no nwi. Odo ka se Benz Ra obehu nipa kro. Godwin Akogan. God, Charlie Alpha Benson, right? This week, Miss Chisa Benson. A friend and I are castle waiting my friend the Cardinal. With the Radiasum Gage Obia, Unya, Quine, 18 on the pay. Macrao.